Back to the channel, everybody. Mr. Voltorb here, and I've been grinding the PvP theme deck battles to save up enough tickets. I think I've got enough now to have 3 more attempts at finally winning a full-blown PvP tournament using the Alolan Exeggutor deck. It's a mission I've been on for a little while now. We've had 3 good runs. I've uploaded them all to YouTube, and the last one really gave me a glimpse of how possible it could be to win against the others with this deck. I don't know if it's actually that interesting a challenge. Let me know what you think. I mean, it just feels to me like everybody that takes part in these tournaments is always using Charizard decks. It gets a bit boring and predictable. They're hard to win using even the easiest of decks. But we got a Charizard to start off with. Naturally, this deck is weak to fire types that are contained within that deck that we're going up against now. So we're at a type disadvantage, but I still feel like this deck's got the potential to win. I've actually been using the Mewtwo theme deck quite a lot in the normal theme deck battles to earn the tickets here. So let's see what kind of luck of the draw we want. Okay, terrible start. Gonna have to take a mulligan. Ideally, oh, they're in the same boat. Ideally, we want to pull out a couple of Ultra Balls. We haven't got any this time. That normally helps you get off to a real strong start. Just having an Ultra Ball on deck so that you can pull out the cards you need and get rid of lots of energy really quickly. We have pulled a couple of Sophocles, which can be pretty useful. That lets us get rid of a couple of energy. The reason we're interested in getting rid of energy, if you've been watching along, you already know. If you used this deck before, you already know. The more different types of energy you have in your discard pile, the more powerful your Alolan Exeggutor's attack eventually become. So I'm going to use this Nest Ball to get actually a Rattata out and just have a little scope through the deck. We've got both Alolan Exeggutors in there, so that's good to know. Let's pull a Rattata out for now, just because we got that Raticate. It's not the best Raticate in the deck, but still probably sensible to start building it up as a backup. Don't think we can attack on the first turn, nope. The Slugma in this deck that the opponent's using at the moment can be pretty annoying because it's got Yawn, which puts you to sleep. It just stalls you, stops you from doing things while they sit up the bench. I think next turn I could use Execute's Multiply. Yeah, I think it makes sense to. I'm also tempted to withdraw him. The question is, do we want to put... Oh, of course we pull a Rattata after we've just wasted our our ball card on it. Let's... do we want to hit for 40 damage with Rattata by swapping it out, or do we want to get another Execute out? I'm going to go with the Execute strategy, and let's put another Alolan Rattata down as well. Use a Howl to pull some hopefully very useful cards. Okay, we got the other Raticate, which is always good. I like that card because as long as he's got a tool attached, he can hit for 60 damage right away. So let's hope we get lucky and pull a tool card out soon. He hasn't got anything else on his bench at the moment yet. Makes me wonder if he's going to be really trying to just power up his Slugma to 3 energy so that he can start one-shotting my grass types. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Could put us in a pretty precarious situation. He's pulled his Lugia out. That's a pretty nice card. It's got a real powerful hit of 130 that makes the user put an energy back into its hand. So as long as it's got... as long as it's over energied, or as long as you've got extra energy in your hand, it's not too big of an issue. What we've got here is a chance to get rid of a couple of energy early on and draw some cards. So I'm tempted to do that. What we really want to pull at this stage is a tool card for powering up Rattata, or some Alolan Exeggutors. Didn't get either, but that's okay. Don't know whether to put another Exeggutor out or not. I think we might as well risk it. Let's see what we can do with... If we escape rope, it's going to force this Lugia to come out, which would be nice to start damaging. Unfortunately, because we don't have a tool card, we've got a coin flip for 60 damage here, but I think it's worth trying just to see if we can get some damage on that Lugia early on. Oh, hey, we flipped it. Yes. That's going to sting him a little bit. He doesn't want to have that Lugia out right now, because all it can hit for is 30 until he puts 2 more energy on it. He was hoping to keep using that Slugma to stall me with Yawn, I expect. Either way, unfortunately, this Raticate is doomed. Actually, now we've got a Professor Kooky on deck that we can use to boost his next attack up to 80 damage. And that's going to be enough to get rid of him if we get the coin flip correctly. It's never nice to be hinging a game on the results of a coin flip. Oh, still no tool card. Really could have done with that. Oh, there's no point using the potion on him either because he's going to be able to hit for 120 next turn. This is not a strong start, ladies and gentlemen. Pray for the coin flip to play in our favour. If it does, he's down. Heads, heads, heads. Oh! Tails equals fails. Pain. That is the serious brutality of a challenge like this. Is so much can come down to what is literally a coin flip. But hey, everyone's playing by the same rules. It's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. It looks like he's going to shoot for potentially a Slugma Evo. He must have a really bad hand to not have any of his Charizards out at the moment. Yeah, he's gone for Magcargo. Hopefully he puts an energy on Magcargo trying to load it up rather than bothering with... No. Yeah, he couldn't resist the opportunity to take out an Alolan Raticate, and I don't blame him. That's exactly what I would have done. Nice side effect is we do have another different type of energy in the discard pile. Typically that's not particularly interesting, but as we know... Oh, should we put that out? Let's risk an Execute. We know we've got another Execute in the deck that we can pull out if we want. Which energy don't we have in there at the moment? So we don't have Psychic and we don't have Water, and we do have those in our hand. So let's get rid of those in preparation for the Mega Alolan Exeggutor Shrekage that is hopefully coming along very soon, because we're in a little bit of a tight spot here now at the moment. What should we load up? I reckon let's get something on Cubone. That can come in quite clutch sometimes. And let's use Multiply to get ourselves another Execute. Now, I don't know for sure, but when I had a peek at my cards then, it really made it look like my next 3 cards that I would have pulled were going to be Execute, Alolan Exeggutor, Alolan Exeggutor. And that is always a little bit painful to see because the deck has now been shuffled and God knows where those cards are. What it probably means is if I'd played that How... Oh, he wins. Then I would have pulled all the cards I needed to start doing some serious damage anyway. I'm not feeling particularly intimidated by the state of the opponent's mat at the moment. This Lugia is definitely going to cause me some problems if it keeps being able to one-hit everything like that. Let's just get Sandshrew up. Fingers crossed for Exeggutor. Ooh, nope, but we do have Marowak, which can come in pretty handy. Marowak's got a Alolan Club, which does 20 damage for each Pokemon in play that has Alolan in its name. Which would only be 60 at the moment, something like that. Yep, let's give that to you. Pop another Rattata out, even though it might build up our bench a little bit more than I'd like. And fingers crossed we can get at least 10 damage off of this. Oh, the brutal triple coin flip failure. 3 50-50 chances failed in a row. My God. Put an F in the chat for that one. I'm starting to feel like our luck isn't in for this tournament run, and that is always a depressing thing to have to admit this early on in the game. But the reality is he's only got 3 prize cards left to take, and he's got a Pokemon out already that can one-bang most anything I can put on the field, including this Pokemon. Tragic. Tragic! Okay. Let's use our Lil to hopefully pull something else with Alolan in its name. Let's see if we can pull anything with Alolan using this. Yeah, we can get an Alolan Sandshrew out. I don't really want an Alolan Sandshrew, but that's going to buff Marowak's attack by an extra 20, which means we're going to hit for 80 in total, which should be enough to finally dispatch this Lugia. Go on, Marowak. Seriously underrated Pokemon, Marowak. This Alolan Exeggutor drought is hurting me right now. We need to come up with some kind of clever way of pulling it out. But his Mag Cargo isn't exactly going to be able to hit for much. He doesn't have enough energy at the moment. He can't even attack me this turn. Unless he has some kind of support card that you can pull out of the bag in a moment. We might be about to turn the tide of this game, people. I need all of your virtual support and energy coming my way right now, please. We're going to be able to hit for that Mag Cargo for 100 damage next turn, because we got Professor Kooky to think about. Ooh, and we've pulled the clutch Ultra Ball. That's definitely what we need. That's going to allow us to get our Alolan Exeggutor out. Okay. Weakness policy I don't think is going to come in that handy, and neither will Field Blower, so let's blow those out and get ourselves the champ. Again, that looked like they were both at the top of the deck then, so it feels like I'm being toyed with sometimes. Perhaps I should have put my Sand Slash out just to double check next time. Maybe that's a bit of a better strat, being that it can pull an extra card out each turn. Anything we want to start energying up? Yeah, let's get Sand Slash going. Alolan Marowak does actually have a decent no energy cost where you can pull 2 basic energy cards and attach them in any way you like. We've got a situation developing where it looks like Charizard's almost ready to come into play for our opponent here, but we should be able to build Sand Slash up pretty quickly. That's going to deal double damage because it's a water type, and we can hit anything with 120 damage using Alolan Exeggutor, which is nice. He's scrambling to get his bench back up to snuff. We've only got 12 cards left in the deck, so I'm feeling a little bit nervous about pulling too much out, because we just don't know how many turns it's going to take to win the game at this point. But I'm going to use Sand Slash in the hopes of something like that. An Ultra Ball. It's going to let us yep, we've got to go for it. Good result. I don't think our other Sand Slash is going to come in that useful, so let's bin it and find the other glorious Alolan Exeggutor, the hero of the deck, the hero of this story, the hero of this challenge. Get on my bench, you beautiful tree dragon. Okay. See you later, Mag Cargo. Looks like this playing field's getting slowly leveled. Now, does he have any Leons in his discard pile? He doesn't at the moment, which means that even if he does get his Charizard out, I think it's only going to be able to hit for 100 damage, which Marowak can tank, which is good. I'm starting to fancy our chances here. It could definitely go either way, depending on how lucky he is. I mean, that ability is pretty good. It lets him try and discard a Leon as quickly as possible by searching through his deck. I'm not going to risk pulling any extra cards out at this point, because we've kind of got everything we need, and we just don't have that many cards left in the deck. Remember, if you can't pull a card at the start of your turn, it's game over. Auto loss. At least after this next turn, we're going to be on an even keel when it comes to how many prize cards we got left. Yeah, I'm fancying our chances here, people. I feel like you're going to be glad you tuned in for this one. Stick with me on this journey. It's going to be a serious reaction to witness when I finally win a PvP tournament using this Alolan Exeggutor deck. I don't know if there's any evidence of anyone doing it before. I don't know why anyone else would particularly want to. I'm sure it's been done. But hey, if I'm the first person on YouTube to do it, that would make me happy for some stupid reason. Although, it would also make me happy if these videos inspired other people to try this challenge. And if someone beat me to it, let me know. I want to know. Also, if you notice me making any stupid mistakes, or if there's some strategy that I'm missing out on that could give me the edge in these situations, I'll be keen to hear about that. Yeah, the opponent, yeah, so comment if you can think of anything. My opponent here is actually having a pretty bad time, because he hasn't even been able to one-shot my Marowak there. I'm going to let Marowak die rather than wasting a potion on it, because it won't make much difference. We know that Charizard can be quite easily dispatched by anything now. Exeggutor can hit for 120, Sand Slash can hit for 100 with type damage bonus. Yes, always feels good to defeat a Charizard deck with a grass. Well, it's not It's a grass themed deck, right? It's a grass type themed deck. Definitely got some good counters against Charizard decks, so that's why I feel like it's got potential. He may be loading up another Charizard, but I feel like we've got him cornered. We've got him cornered, surely. It'd be an epic comeback if he did manage to steal it from us at this point. The nice thing about Sandslash is not only does it hit double damage, but we can put it straight back on the bench afterwards because it retreats with every turn. And that's all we're going to do this turn. R.I.P. Charizard, get wrecked. Sacrifice a Rattata, probably to his Lugia. He's going for it. Does he have another Charizard at the ready? Maybe he just fancies taking out Rattata. Oh, he's got it. Okay. Okay, this is actually... Oh, this is frustrating. I can see how he can win this now. What's he hitting for, though? If he's only hitting 100 damage still, we've got this. But if he manages to find a discard a Leon, we are stuffed. He hasn't got any Leons in the deck at the moment. Oh, this is tough. Tough to know what to do. He's only got to collect one more prize card. Oh, this is brutal. Brutal. I was feeling so sure that this was going to be a win. Oh, man. I mean, he's going to be able to hit Exeggutor for 200 damage. I should have saved my weakness policy. That would have been the only thing that could have saved me here. Let's do an energy retrieval. Pull out a dark energy for Raticate. Add the escape board to Raticate. That means if we can get an energy on it next turn, which we should be able to, if he's still only hitting for 100 damage, we can tank him and get rid of that Charizard. Let's see how it plays out. Oh, this is tense, real tense. He's only got 4 cards left in his deck. I don't understand how he hasn't found a Leon and managed to discard it yet. It's probably likely that he's got them all on his hand and he's just waiting until he needs to use them. If he's got one and he plays it now, Raticate's out, and that's the end of the game. That's the end of this attempt. Let's see how things go. Why is he giving it an extra energy? That doesn't help you unless you want to retreat it. Oh, sugar honey iced tea. That's me done. Another failed attempt to win a tournament using this deck, but we've got enough tickets to have another 2 goes, and fair play to him. That was good strats. A close game, a real close game. I'm proud of how we did, despite the fact that we failed miserably to win a tournament again. What's our consolation prize? Show me. 2 more tickets. That might actually be enough to give us another attempt, because we had an odd number before. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stick with me on this journey. We're going to make it happen someday. And if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. I'm also doing lots of pack openings virtually and trading card game online. And I really want to win this. I really want to celebrate with you when I do. So hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment to say you're tuning in. It'd be nice to hear from you. Cheers, everybody.